Round 2, dancing soldier who goes viral online accepted the after-party challenge. This tough-looking soldier in uniform proves that men like him in Army do have hidden talents that will mesmerize other people. The soldier was identified as Jameson Sy. Aside from risking his life to make sure that the Filipino people are protected, he also loves dancing, and it can be proven in the video that he uploaded on September 3. The brave man was accepted the after-party challenge and danced as if there is no tomorrow. As of writing, the video was posted in different pages on Facebook. But on the account of Jameson, the footage already gained more than 300,000 views, 13,000 reactions and more than 8,000 shares. There are some people who bashed him, saying negative words to him as if he has done something wrong. But the majority of the people who have seen the video were stunned with the sick moves that he got in dancing. Pangtangle Kaba, Pagod, Stress and Homesick Nila. Young Paminsan Minsan and Saya Iwagentian Ipage Kate. There is always bullets and bombs over their heads, but it is still best to see now they are alive, happy and dancing after hard battle. Sana Palakasan Paklon I Lord and Aligtas Eskapahamakan. Shaun Zairas. O men galing nao Sir Kalya Saludo Ako Sinyo Ahiha. Nice 1 Mga Sir Princess Michaela Sanaded. Invite you to watch the video, heartbreaking. This man volunteers to fight Abu Sayyaf to avenge death of wife in Davao City bombing. Following the explosion in Davao City's night market, the Abu Sayyaf immediately claimed the responsibility for it. The authorities confirmed that it was an improvised explosive device that killed 10 people on the spot and 4 more upon arrival at the hospital. To us far away from the incident, these 14 people may just be figures to us, but these are 14 stories crying for justice. One of them is Edmund Arellano, who is the husband of one of the blast victims, Ma. Luz Arellano, who is, according to him, was 28 years old and was a massage therapist.
Ibuto, wala ka na unsay una ni mato.
Ibaan ako tanang ospital, 5 ka ospital amo man isuroy na ko tanang gisulod na ko tanang mga ospital niya. Wala mo di pangalan niya. Arong buntag. Balik na ko 2:30 sa balay.
Luz is also a mother of 3 children, a 6-year-old, 2-year-old, and 1-year-old. She was working on 11 p.m. of Friday night when the explosion happened. According to Arellano, he immediately ran to the hospitals when the news spread. He failed to find his wife in the list of patients, and so he decided to go to the funeral parlors. And at Angel Funeral Homes along Torres Street, he found his wife's remains. He emotionally shared how he left home with their youngest child, whom his wife was still breastfeeding, was crying. In this video, where he granted a netizen Reddy Ibanez for an interview, he pleaded the president to let him join the government troops in fighting the notorious Abu Sayyaf group so he can avenge his wife. The video went extremely viral and broke the hearts of many netizens. It has now garnered over 800k views. Invite you to watch the video. Delima denies saying that the Davao bombing was initiated by Davao forces as ploy for martial law. It could be a strategy of Duterte forces to provide a reason to declare martial law. Davao is not the safest place after all. This is the statement circulating online from Facebook pages claiming to be said by Senator Leila de Lima. The senator, however, have officially released her statement belying the accusations and denying that she said anything with regards to the Davao bombing being orchestrated by the Duterte administration to ploy for martial law. Despite being very vocal in criticizing the president's drug war and the alleged extrajudicial killings that have become widespread, the camp of the senator spoke for her and said the statement is being used to ruin her. Obviously, this statement maliciously attributed to her as part of the disinformation campaign designed to discredit her, de Lima's camp claims. President Rodrigo Duterte has also clarified the speculations of using the blast as a prelude to imposing martial law. It's not martial law, but I am inviting now the armed forces of the Philippines, the military and the police to run the country in accordance with my specifications, Duterte said. The president recently declared a state of lawless violence following the bombing in the Davao City night market that transpired on the night of September 2, Friday. Invite you to watch the video. Actor Robin Padilla gave his message towards the Davao night market bombing. The actor Robin Padilla is now calling for unity among Filipinos after what happened in the night market of Davao City, which took away the lives of 14 innocent people and left more than 60 injured. Para sa kinayattakan sa bawat puso ng Filipino na naniniwala na puwede talaga tayong magbago.
Bawat puso ng Pilipino na naniniwala pwede tayo talaga magbago.
Robin said. It is not a secret that Robin is a fervent supporter of Duterte ever since his campaign period. The war of Duterte against drugs, crime and corruption gave him a high record of approval from the Filipinos. Padilla said that he is ready and willing to cooperate with the plans of the government. After the attack in Davao, many local celebrities expressed their sorrow and prayers over the tragic incident. They rallied for those who are in Davao City who were ordered to stay inside their homes while their city is in lockdown. Invite you to watch the video. Clinton's email mess hands a lifeline to the floundering Trump campaign. Unlike her opponent, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, Democrat Hillary Clinton has run a disciplined campaign and has, for the most part, avoided unnecessarily drawing the spotlight to herself when her opponent has been struggling. However, that discipline extends only to things under the Clinton campaign's own control, which the Federal Bureau of Investigation plainly is not. That's why the days-long story about Trump's puzzling decision to follow up a decorous and conciliatory visit to Mexico last week with a fire-breathing anti-immigrant speech just hours later lost some of its steam over the weekend with the release of details from the FBI's investigation into Clinton's use of a private email system while she served as Secretary of State. The revelations in the materials released on Friday were many and varied. They included details about the potentially illegal destruction of some of the 13 different mobile devices that were used to access Clinton's private email account, which she used for official State Department business, and the deletion of emails from Clinton's private email server by her staff months after she was directed to preserve any evidence. Clinton, it turns out, cited her failure to remember specific information dozens of times in her interview with FBI agents investigating her use of the private system. This included whether or not she had received basic instructions on the handling of classified materials. She also professed confusion about the markings on certain documents signifying their classification status, a puzzling defense for someone with Clinton's record of service. The FBI's findings included thousands of emails identified as official correspondence by investigators that Clinton had not turned over to the State Department despite her assurances that the contents of her personal server had been meticulously combed for such material by her own legal team. In fact, the volume of emails left out of Clinton's submission to the State Department reveals that the system used to screen out her personal emails was poorly designed at best. To the many inclined to a less charitable view of Clinton's motives, it will suggest deliberate withholding of information. The FBI's release of its records related to the Clinton email investigation offered a welcome respite to the Trump campaign, giving people like Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence, the current governor of Indiana, something other than his running mate's flip-flops on immigration policy to talk about. It's just more evidence that Hillary Clinton is the most dishonest candidate for President of the United States since Richard Nixon, Pence said in an interview with Meet the Press host Chuck Todd. Hillary Clinton, what's evident from the notes, what's evident from all of the revelations over the last several weeks, is that Hillary Clinton operated in such a way to keep her emails, and particularly her interactions while Secretary of State with the Clinton Foundation, out of the public reach, out of public accountability. It remains unclear how frequently and at what point in the final 2 months of the presidential campaign more information from the thousands of emails recovered by the FBI will be released into the public domain. However, what seems abundantly clear is that there will be more revelations that Clinton will have to answer for, every single one of them a life preserver tossed to a floundering Trump campaign. Invite you to watch the video. People magazine still polishing Huma Abedin's Apple, Uncommon Grace, Strong Moral Character, back in 2012. People magazine supinely let its pages be used as an early campaign brochure for Anthony Weiner as he began to plan a comeback from his first lewd text and photo scandal, as his wife Huma Abedin tragicomically proclaimed, "It took a lot of work to get to where we are today, but I want people to know we're a normal family." In 2013, after sex scandal number 2, people shamelessly sold Huma and her very strong moral character in an August 12 story headlined, "Why Huma Stayed." Former AP political reporter Sandra Sobia Rai Westphal laid it on thick with family and close friends say quotes that sound sickening now. She entered intensive joint therapy with Weiner last fall that continues today. They really became a unit and she feels much closer to Anthony now, a family member says. And thanks to the therapist's advice to live your life, don't be paralyzed by your past, Abedin encouraged Anthony to get back into the political game by chasing his lifelong dream of being New York City mayor. "He's out there every day with people telling him how great he is," explains a close friend of Abedin's, "getting it more than he did sitting on their couch for 2 years. And then there was this." Raised in an observant Muslim family where divorce is unheard of, Abedin was determined to give her son an intact home and to not keep Weiner, whom she has frequently said is a great father, from seeing his son. "Anthony's very attentive to Huma. He's bright and funny," explained a friend of the couple. Add feedback: now that Abedin's Islam has taken a backseat and she's dumped the husband, people again carried Huma's water in the last magazine, a little hidden on page 62. They reported she began referring to Weiner as Jordan's dad rather than Anthony, and she has stopped wearing her wedding and engagement rings. Why did she stay as long as she did? Huma has a very strong moral character, her longtime friend Rory Tahari told People in 2013. She never wanted Jordan to say to her, "Why didn't you do everything you could to help Dad?" Online, the People gang generated more quotes about her uncommon grace and dignity from Hillary backers. Just hours before news broke that husband Anthony Weiner was caught in his third sexting scandal in 5 years, top Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin was attending a big-dollar fundraiser with her boss at the Hamptons home of barbarally Diamonstein Spielvogel. Diamonstein Spielvogel, the chairwoman of the New York State Council on the Arts, tells People that Abedin has been through enough and she deserves our respect and privacy in this really difficult time in her life. Soon after the New York Post published this latest scandal, Abedin announced she is separating from Weiner. Abedin will put her life together in a meaningful way because she does have uncommon grace and intelligence for a very young woman, Diamonstein Spielvogel tells People. She's never maintained herself with anything but dignity, she continues. There are very few people one can say that about at any age. At least that article let in a couple of critics, Donald Trump and actor James Woods, who hashtagged her judgment Loser of the Decade. Thank you for watching videos like you. Remember, the channel, register and comment below. Thank you.